Yeah, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Chris Grant podcast. My name's Chris Grant. Nice to meet you. I decided I wanted to start a podcast and start doing this because of some things that have been going on locally here in Springfield, Missouri, and just because I've been sleeping on YouTube for too long, especially having a reach and all that kind of thing. So why not? Why not get to know some more people? Why not talk about some stuff we like and all that stuff? There's just no reason not to do this anymore. So that being said, guys, I'm a comedy guy. I have a record store if you want to check it out. It's heavyheadsrecords.com. Go into the events tab. We got a comedy show coming up, and you can get tickets to that if you'd like. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about 3 shows coming up. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the current state of the comedy scene here in Springfield, Missouri. Some things coming up in Springfield, Missouri, and then I'm going to pick on a local comic that you should have on your radar. I do tons of mics. I'm around these people all the time. I know who's funny and who's not, and I'm going to tell you who's funny so that when you go out to an open mic, when you support local comedy, you'll have a little bit of an idea of maybe somebody you're going to encounter out there. It's always nice to have like a little story before you see somebody, and I think it enhances their act maybe a little bit. So this is going to be a fun episode, and let's go ahead and get it started. One of the shows I'm talking about is going to be early February. It's going to be an out-of-town show. I don't have a lot of information for you on it, but we're looking at potentially February 8th. I'll keep you posted on that one. There's another show coming up that's on February 12th. That's Wednesday, February 12th. I have nothing to do with that show besides the fact that I support it. I support independent comedy. That's being put on by all women, all ladies show. Angelica Lopez, I believe, is the main promoter on that show. She's done a lot down there with C Street Comedy. Moon City supports independent comedy wholeheartedly. They've gone to bat for me, so I'm down. I'm down for them. February 12th, Moon City. Check that one out. All female lineup. It's going to be cool. We got a lot of talented female comics in town. And then, of course, check out the mic at Moon City every other Wednesday. That's my only beef with this show is I guess I'll be at the show on Wednesday. I just won't get to perform. But you're taking away my stage time, Angelica. I'll sacrifice it for these ladies. It's going to be fun. So there's that one. Then, of course, my favorite show on this list out of all of them, of course, if you're going to spend your money on any show, it's going to be this one at the Treehouse Lounge, February 21st, out there in Nixa. Of course, I'm highly biased on this show, okay? So, of course, I'm going to say it's my favorite. I'm producing this one. It's $25 to get in, right? We're going to have, I think, 7-8 comedians on it right there. The lineup's great, so it's amazing. Just to let you know, let's break down the price real quick. It costs $15 to get into the Treehouse for a day pass anyway. So this is going to get you for an extra $10. It's going to get you, a gang of comedians to sit there and watch while you enjoy the amenities. The Treehouse Lounge has a free dab bar. Think about that for a minute. You have access to this dab bar all night, and it's laid out in front of you. There's different kinds that you can try. It's literally unlimited. So, give it a shot. You're gonna stop before they do. Let me put it to you that way. So there's going to be that, and on top of that, everybody who buys a ticket gets a free pre-roll when they come in. Right, and you can bring your own too. Bring your own stuff, whatever. But you're going to get a free pre-roll on top of that ticket purchase. So you're going to have lots of great comics and that free pre-roll. So I'm going to take a look at the lineup here and go over that with you, because once you see the lineup, it's going to help you understand just how cool this is. So I'm making sure My mic is still on over here. I don't want to mess up my recording process here. I think I'm okay. If the audio sucks after this, well, we'll get them next time, okay? But anyway, on our Treehouse show, we've got Parker Willis is going to be there, and Parker is doing a lot of work down in the Joplin area. He's part of this thing called Puff Puff Laugh. So it's also going to be, or that's also at a cannabis lounge. So, these cannabis lounges are blazing a path, right? I love the pun there, but they really are. They're doing something that nobody else is doing, and they're doing a great job at it. I can't say enough about the culture where it's come, or where it's come from and where it's at now. And I'll say this too. I've been out to this cannabis lounge before, and you see people hanging out there, and you look around the room, right? And whether they're having like a knitting class or a pottery class, or they're doing yoga, or they're just sitting there vibing out, listening to music or playing video games, you look across this room and you go, this is what we were fighting that whole time, right? This is what was illegal. So I'm so glad to see we're this far in cannabis culture. So that being said, Parker Willis, coming from Joplin. We've also got Russell Henley, big Joplin comedy guy. He hosts Beefy Stool Comedy Tuesday nights in Joplin. Man, Russell Henley is hilarious. He's one of my favorite comics in the area. One of my favorite writers in the area. This guy, when you listen to Russell's comedy, what you need to do is sit back and really take it in, because his stuff is super, super clever. He writes jokes on the fly. He's a joke writing machine, in my opinion. It only takes him my whole 5-minute set, to come up with like 5 minutes of material to roast me after my set. So, actually, come to think of it, he's got that canned. Yeah, he's made up a lot of jokes about me. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Russell's amazing. He's a great comic, one of my favorites, and he was actually the headliner on the first show that I produced. So great memories tied to Russell and his comedy. Glad to have him back on this show. And go visit him down in Joplin. Go see him at a show down there, or take the trip to Bites and Pipes on a Tuesday. It's a fun time. Next up on the lineup, we got Katie Still. As I was going through this lineup, I realized it was starting to look like a kind of a guy's locker room, and I was like, we got to have some great feminine energy on this show. So that's what we're doing. Katie Still, great female comic in this area. She's been doing it for a long, long time. Basically, I want to say she was there when the original Blue Room started. She's been in the scene that long, and she's only gotten funnier over the years. One of my favorite things about Katie is that, I've seen her do all kinds of different sets, and no matter what's happening, there's one thing I can always count on, and that's that Katie's having a good time, or at least she looks like it. She seems to have a great time on stage. One of my favorite Springfield comics. She's amazing, so she's going to be on there. Giovanna Calvetti is also one of the comics on this show, and I'm really happy to have her. She's been around for a long, long time too. She's a higher brow comic. She's like just a good. I don't know. I got a lot of respect for Giovanna. She's super funny. She talks about a lot of things. I do feel like she might be the type of woman to maybe request Nelly too much at a club. If I'm DJing, maybe put her phone up to me. I don't know. I'm just giving you a hard time. But Gio's like, I watched her recently crush it down in Branson, Missouri. She was actually on a show with Derek Luna and Katie Still, and she just came out and had an amazing set. So can't say enough about her, and just everybody loves Giovanna. So come out and check her out. Of course, then you've got Chris Grant. Wow. Wow. What can I say about this guy? I mean, just incredible comic. His timing is just impeccable. Oh, good looking. Great personality. Man, just God. I just lost 75 subscribers within the matter of 20 seconds. No, I'm grateful to be on the show, grateful to be among such talented people. I think I belong right there in that lineup beneath such incredible people. And, it's so fun to do these shows and, get the laughs and come out there and have a good time. I'm just looking forward to it. There's been some drama in the comedy scene. Maybe I will talk about it at the show. Maybe I'll address you guys and tell you what's been going on. That might be fun. And so we're going to have a good time with it. And then, of course, Ryan Shields. Ryan Shields is our host. Now, this guy, man, he's a cool dude. Little factoid about Ryan Shields: he can do a Rubik's Cube pretty quick, and he usually has one on him. So, oh yes, I hang out with some pretty cool people. No, dude, Ryan Shields, man, he's been in the comedy scene. I know probably as long as I have, or maybe he got around a little bit after I did. But funny guy, and I've seen him improve a lot. Since he started. And I'll say, I have improved a lot myself. Ask anybody, and they can certainly tell you how terrible I was in the beginning. So if I ever talk bad about somebody else in comedy, I'll be the first one to tell you, one of several cringy stories about how I've bombed or what's happened for me. But Ryan's a cool guy, nice guy. And he's got a cool background in entertainment too, which I think you guys will appreciate. He was a stunt man. I'm not sure if it was in Hollywood. I think it was. I think he was a Hollywood stunt man. He's done a lot of crazy things, and kind of like me, as an old guy, you still want to be in some kind of entertainment, but this is real low impact. This is a thinking game. You don't have to carry stuff. You don't have to jump off buildings. You don't have to sacrifice your body anymore. You just have to sacrifice your dignity and your status in the community. So, hopefully we'll get paid for that someday. But Ryan Shields, good guy, man. I love sharing the scene with him too. And, I'm just really, really excited for this show. And you guys, of course, packed the house last time. I think we're going to pack the house and the pipes this time. So, let's do that. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, I've been long-winded about that. Next on my list is the underground independent comedy scene fiasco that we've been dealing with over these past couple months. I've addressed a lot of that on Reddit, and I think that's probably where, it can stay. I just want to be positive and offer solutions, and that's what I was trying to do on Reddit. So I'll go through a list of open mics real quick. Like I said, Bites and Pipes is on Tuesday nights in Joplin. Wednesday nights is, of course, Moon City, 420 West Commercial. Thursday nights is Corner Pocket Comedy inside of Billiards of Springfield. And then Friday and Saturday are usually reserved for shows. You can check, most people post Facebook events, stuff like that for local shows. Sunday, there's a mic at Lindbergh's on Commercial Street, and that one happens directly after the jam. They do the jam. I think it starts at, I want to say 5 o'clock p.m. Double check it. Go look at their Facebook, like it while you're there. But comedy usually starts around 9 o'clock. Signups are at 8 o'clock. Signups at the other mics I just mentioned all happen at 7 o'clock p.m. Okay, so that being said, new mic announcement. A friend of mine, Kevin Lowry, just announced a mic that's going to be happening at a place on Commercial Street called QNOteca. That's going to be starting, I believe, Monday, February 3rd. So we're going to have a mic there. I'm not sure on the times on that, but we'll find out. I'll let you know. I'm looking forward to that. So, that still leaves a Tuesday mic open that somebody could grab, and that still leaves a Sunday mic open. Maybe an earlier evening mic that somebody could grab, and I think they were trying that at some point at the Blue Room. I did make a post on Reddit talking about all the mics that we have available in the city, and I left out the Blue Room because they haven't really had any mics for a while, and then they've tried to do mics the last couple Wednesdays, and Moon City's been consistent on Wednesdays for a long time. So I just thought it would be nice to remind people where the mics were, because they've worked so hard on that Wednesday mic. So I thought I would let people know that it was still happening and it was an option. That being said, somebody tried to say that maybe I didn't support the Blue Room, or that's the impression I got. And I want to say that's not true. I've done many sets at the Blue Room. I support the Blue Room. I've seen a lot of people at the Blue Room. I would still go to the Blue Room to see a comic. So that has nothing to do with it. I support who is consistently doing mics and providing opportunities for local comics. And I support where I can get the most consistent stage time. A lot of comics have to, there's no money in comedy, first of all, especially as an open micer. So a lot of comics really, they have to take off work early, or, they have to really manipulate their schedules in order to make these open mics sometimes. So, everybody just wants to maximize their time and get as much stage time as possible. And it makes it difficult when people are jumping over each other and trying to compete on the same night. Okay. So I don't know anything about the financial aspect. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to do anything. This is just how I see it. I would love to see, maybe a consistent Blue Room mic on Sunday night. We could go to the Blue Room. We could all have a great time. We could all migrate over to C Street, and then we could listen to music, and then we could do the late night mic at Lindbergh's. So comedians could get 2 mics in one day, listen to music, hang out, and have a great day when most people are off on Sundays, And so that's where my heart is with this whole situation, is just find a good time and stick to it. It doesn't matter what day it's on. If you provide a welcoming environment, you provide a really cool place for comics to get ahead, they're going to flock to you. Comics drive from out of town to go to open mics, okay? And if you bring the comics, you bring the crowd, you make it fun for everybody, we can have a good comedy scene overall in this town. And I'm a big believer that rising tides raise all ships, right? So that's where I'm coming from with all this. If anybody wants to say that I'm anti, I'm not, I'm pro-comedy. I'm not anti any venue or anything. I'm pro-comedy. That's what this is about. So I wish Chris, whoever's involved, I wish them the best of luck over there. I still support you. I will still send people over there. If you support comedy, right, just support good comedy, you can't go wrong. So if it's at the Blue Room, go to the Blue Room. If it's at Moon City, go to Moon City, Lindbergh's, wherever you find good comedy, go support it there. Okay? That'll help you. That'll help the community. That'll help the comics. It'll help everybody. So that's how we build a good culture in this town. That's how we build a good scene, is by helping each other, guys. It's real simple. And we got to ask ourselves, do we want that or not? There was a long time we didn't have a comedy club in this town, and I missed it. And I think, real quick, we need to think about that too. Regardless of the current circumstances in this town. Okay, there were some people that worked really, really hard to bring the Blue Room to life. Okay, and regardless of anything, I want to say that I give you guys so much credit for that, and I drew so much inspiration from that. Um, that's part of the reason I wanted to be a comic. I got a front row seat to see so many great people perform there. So Springfield is a comedy town. We need a comedy club in this town, guys. We need it. So we really need to think about, just everything. We need to support everybody. Okay. So find a way to be positive and find solutions if things aren't going our way. So that's what I'm about, and that's what I'm trying to do with my shows. Is just provide other opportunities for comics, that maybe aren't ready for bigger stages yet. Including myself, right? My shows have been a great way for me to get stage time. So I love it. And that being said, I get to work with a lot of really, really cool people here in town. I've met a lot of cool people, a lot of really funny people. And what I love the most about it is you don't have to go far to see like pure, organic, independent art. And that's my favorite kind of art. There's no corporate sponsors. There's, not really. And if we do get sponsors, it's usually local. It's usually people that are really cool and on the same level. The independent guys, the up and comers, man. Those are the people I'm about, right? And we do a great job around here. It's so cool to watch these people come up. And so I'm going to talk about, I hope to do more episodes and pick on a lot of comics locally. But I think one that I really need to pick on this time is one of my favorites. And his name is EP, Eric Paulson. But he goes by EP. And if you hang out in the comedy scene, that. You've seen him. He's one of the most hilarious guys around. I've had him on several shows, and his act, I don't want to give it all up, but unfortunately he has, suffered an injury that causes him to shake now. And EP has turned that into a positive, and is able to laugh about it, able to laugh with other people about it. And, I was telling somebody earlier today, I met with another comic to eat, and I was telling them that when you see EP do a set, when EP is on, it's magical. I'm not joking, man. This guy, he lights up a room. His jokes hit hard, and he's on, most of the time, but if you've seen an EP, like a magical EP set, you understand. So, can't say enough about that guy. And like I said, he's been on a lot of my shows. I love joking with him, outside, during the hangs, whatever. Just a great comic. So keep Eric Paulson on your radar. EP, there's so many cool guys that you can be a fan of right here in your backyard, that you can hang out and sit and talk with after a mic. Man, these guys are really fun to talk to as well. Lots of cool ideas and lots of things that, most people don't consider. So yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about this scene. And I hope through all of this, if I can say anything, I just want you to know where I'm coming from. I want you to know where my heart's at, and I want you to come to my comedy shows. I want to sell tickets. I want ad revenue from you watching this stuff. And I do. I want to provide a good public service to you. I want to do what I can to inform you about things in this town that kind of get swept under the rug or people don't know about, because there's so much cool stuff happening under the radar that you're missing out on, you're missing out. And I'm not saying that to try to give you that fear of missing out, because we've already packed these comedy shows. You know, we've already got our crowd. We're just looking for more. So that being said, I hope you jump on board. I hope you check out my website, heavyheadsrecords.com. While you're here, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this video, please, if you would. Check out my other videos. They're all over the place. You might run onto a tutorial you need. I don't know. But yeah, thanks again for, checking out the channel. And I'll be coming out with another one of these soon. I might even have some guests. If you want to talk to somebody, if you want me to interview somebody from the local comedy community, let me know. I probably can. Yeah, if you have any ideas for, other ideas for the show, let me know. I'm not hard to find. Message me on Facebook, Instagram. It's at DJ Valence on Instagram. That's probably the easiest place. Being long-winded again. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I will catch you next time.